And joining me now, Republican campaign strategist Tony Sayegh and columnist for the Fiscal Times, Liz Peek. Liz, great to have you with us. I want to start in the midst of all of this. We've got a senator out in California, the state legislature there, wanting to leave the union. I mean, it's heartbreaking to think that would happen in California.
Yeah, and at least half the country is saying, bye.
Adios.
Yes, exactly.
Arrivederci.
It's an incredibly impossible thing to make happen. You'd have to have a constitutional amendment.
Then a civil war. We know how this ends.
We'd win the Civil War, just let's be honest here.
Simple deal.
But it's not going to happen. But I have to say, if you look at the makeup of California, there probably is a pretty good number of people in that state who would be happy to secede. And some of the people who are advocating it actually admit the rest of the country hates us. So it's really kind of an amazing.
It's a strange thing, Tony, that this sort of secessionist, the hell with Washington attitude, it's much more than that in California, is springing up around the country in lots of places.
Yeah, the only place with more dysfunctional and bigger failure than Washington is Sacramento. Sadly, because it's a beautiful state and I know a lot of great people there, California is a failed state. But before people go ahead and blame Donald Trump's election on this movement, it started back in 2014, Lou, and clearly it's not going to go anywhere. It's much for show than anything else. And when you hear some of the ridiculous things coming out of California, like, for example, out of San Francisco, where today we had the DA file a lawsuit in which he has no standing against the Trump administration because he doesn't want California to be, and San Francisco to be, a sanctuary city. I mean, that goes to show you just how backward the policy and the thinking is on the left coast.
Yeah, it is remarkable. And the sanctuary cities, that's going to be very tough for them to fight.
It's a mess. I mean, actually, the problem with the sanctuary city situation is that every state, every county has a different take on it. There are, I think, 394 counties in the country that.
But mercifully, we've got one federal government and one President Donald Trump.
It is, but it's kind of a mess. I mean, I view this all as sort of a rebalancing. We've had 8 years where the Department of Justice chose what laws it wanted to enforce. And now we have some people in the Trump administration, Jeff Sessions now, and Donald Trump, who think we actually should be a rule of law nation. I think a lot of people around the country are saying, what is so difficult about that?
What kind of nation?
A rule of law nation.
Law and order, rule of law. My goodness.
Lou, the crazy part is it was the Obama administration Justice Department that in the United States versus Arizona argued that immigration policy is the federal government's responsibility. And now you have all of these apoplectic, mostly liberal cities with mayors and district attorneys who are mostly Democrats, left-leaning, arguing for states' rights when it comes to immigration policy. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Well, states' rights is very important. And the fact of the matter is, it's also very important that they take a look and understand that the President of the United States has issued an order. And these are the same folks who understand executive orders because they use them to ignore the law. This president is using them to enforce the law. Great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Tony, thank you so much. By the way, great tie. Great tie, Tony.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Lou. Thanks for noticing.
And you know what I'm going to do? Let me just answer one other question very quickly. Do you think the White House briefing room, the White House press corps should be required to dress up in the people's house? Should they have a coat and tie? Everybody?
I think it's just like school. They're being schooled every day by this Trump administration. So how about a coat and tie? A blazer would be nice.
You get the last word, Tony.
I lent them my tie. I lent them my tie, Lou. That's why I don't have it.
And they're going to pass it around. I got it. All right. Thanks so much, Tony. Are you dodging the answer there?
Obviously. I'll answer when I see you next with a tie on.
You got it, partner. Great to see you. Thanks, Liz. Appreciate it.